So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Today we're going to be talking about the Starbucks union that is paying its employees to unionize. It's surprisingly legal, but we're going to talk about what this means and sort of the issues that is created from it, right? So this is from Labor Union News. I want to be clear, this is a fairly biased platform. They do not like unions. And that said, they're doing analysis. I'm curious as to how correct they are, how correct it is. If you have experience or have any, if you know something about this, please let me know in the comments down below. I will say that almost everything that they bring up is, sort of easily verifiable, and as a result, I'm a little less concerned about the viability. There's several other newspapers that are reporting the same. But the union behind unionizing 300 Starbucks cafes put out $2.5 million to workers involved with unionizing the coffee company. And really, they got a good return. Like, this is smart. They did a good job because that's pennies from what they will get in union dues, increased union density, and everything else. So, I mean, it's really sort of, again, they spent good money. The money was spent well, and it seems to have worked. There's just something a little bit disingenuous about a worker who isn't that interested in fixing their workplace. They just have, employees who are being paid from the outside to fix it and then presumably leave. I mean, these employees that the Workers United have paid to unionize are going to leave. They're going to leave the company eventually, and we'll talk about one of them here in a moment. But I mean, they got a good price for it. They've unionized, and the this sort of payments will absolutely carry them. Labor Union News and analyzed public reports, and what people don't know is that public reports with respect to spending for unions is highly regulated. You can go look at what your business rep makes. You can see to the dollar what they earn. Um, but so it's very much like um, very much one of those things that's a little transparent, and that's as a result of Jimmy Hoffa in the 60s and 70s and a lot of the union corruption that you saw come through. um, 41 individuals that were paid about $2.5 million from Workers United could be cross-referenced through news articles and public profiles online. And, this article gets into the topic with respect to it being disingenuous. It was perceived to be a quote unquote grassroots effort, but it wasn't. It was a lot of very well financed individuals who were being paid quite a bit. Some of them were paid $130,000 to unionize in Los Angeles. And remember, unionizing, they're getting paid the money that the company is paying them too. So they're working, and then they're doing work on top of it for the union, which is paying them a pretty nice salary. I mean, reasonably, these people are making quite a bit of money to unionize, or to encourage people to unionize. So, as a very interesting topic, Bloomberg writer Josh Idelson, who was a union organizer, wrote this, and they identified several what's called assault. And assault is assaulting an area is creating union sentiment. Sort of without grassroots, sending someone to the area to organize rather than sort of independently and autonomously organized. Uh, there was Jazz Brissac, which was mentioned by Josh Idelson, and Jazz Brissac uh, made 68,000 for campaigning on in Starbucks, and then moved on to Tesla's campaign in New York recently. So they moved from a Starbucks to a Tesla factory, and those people hired them. And as a result, Tesla is having to deal with more unionization. So, this continues to go on. The other interesting thing is the involvement of the Democratic Socialists of America. Because they're not a labor union, they don't have to report their payments, but they can also pay people to quote unquote salt different companies. And so there could be more salts out there paid by the Democratic Socialists of America who are, tied to this and unionizing, but they do not need to be on the payroll because they're not union. What do you think about this? Is this disingenuous? Is this honest? Does it even matter whether or not it's honest at all? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.